Happy Magic Monday. Sorry I wasn't here on Friday. I was just not feeling that great. I think I had overdone it. My birthday was on, well, my birthday is technically tomorrow, but I had my party on Saturday, and I always have this big Cinderella birthday party, and so you know, with it's like a Cinderella picnic essentially, because we're outside and we have a good time, and it's, I don't know, it's always just so fun. And I invite all the kids, and I have all these treats for the kids, and everyone gets their own tiara, and it's just one of my birthday is my favorite. I do it every year, and I just love it. So yeah, so I just happened to just not be feeling well on Friday. I think I had overdone it when I was cleaning my house and just getting everything ready. It was just like a little too much. And so anyway, so today is Magic Monday. And I have to point out my amazing sign behind me. I don't know if you can see it. You can sort of see it with my ears, but not really. But I mean, hello. How could this not be mine? I walked into TJ Maxx and I saw this sign. I didn't even look at how much it cost, because I was like, this has to be mine. That's the end of it. No one else can have this sign. It was only $12 in the end anyway, so I was glad it wasn't too expensive. But I mean, it was hot pink, and everyone thinks that I painted it. It was like, no, it was this color when I got it. So like, it's really funny. So yeah. So anyway, so it's such a perfect sign for me. So I had to hang it behind my head, and I still managed to keep my Audrey Hepburn quote in this spot, because I have Audrey Hepburn just above me, if you can't tell. Sometimes in my video, I think you can see it depending on how far away I put the camera. So I wanted to remind you guys that Stampin' Up Celebration ends on, I'm sorry, I've got a little, I'm about to sneeze. Sorry, guys. There you go. Celebration ends on September 30th. So next week is the last day for Celebration. So if you place a $50 order or higher, you will get something for free. So I recommend, if there's anything that you need to get, you get it now, because as soon as they start selling out of those items, that's it. You know, once they're out of the penguin paper, they're out of the penguin paper, or the stamp sets, or whatever. So I always recommend you go for it if you can. So yeah, and so thanks for your patience. If you showed up on Friday, I'm sorry, but I'm glad to be here today and show you a little craft today. I'm so sorry. I think allergies are getting to me. That was another thing about last Friday. I think a little bit of the allergies, and then just overdoing it and getting ready for the party. So, but today we have a great project, and I think you're going to love it. So let me go ahead and get started. Get my fancy lamp out, my like bright lamp that makes it like extra bright for y'all. I have to put it away, or the cats kind of like want to bite it and stuff. It's one of those OT lamps that's super bright. So, all right, so we'll go ahead and we'll get started, and here we go. So we are using, once again, I know I've used it a bunch of times, and I kind of feel bad that I've used it so many times, but we're using the Cutest Halloween again, because, oops, wrong way. There we go. Because of the fact that it's amazing and stinking adorable, but I'm using the paper, and we're actually using a Dollar Tree item. This is a Dollar Tree item here, this frame. And just a reminder, so this is available all the way till December, but if you buy $50 worth of stuff right now, remember, you get a free item out of the Celebration catalog, which is, you know, I mean, that's like, many times it's like a $20 item, depending on what it is. I was trying to find the little catalog, but I don't think I have it handy. I thought it was sitting right here, but oh well, best laid plans. So this is one sheet. Here's another sheet. They're 6x6 paper. I love the ghosts. Here's another with this, and it has the pink, it has the flirty flamingo and the purple in it. It's kind of hard to see. And so I'll raise it up a little. And so it's a really nice print that you could use. I could use this all year round, really. It's not solely for Halloween. This one's obviously Halloween. I love this bat one. I think the bat one's probably my favorite. I just love this Dracula. Again, so cute. I also love the cat on this one. It has a sweet little face. And the pumpkin too. We're going to be using this one today. Okay, and then the B-sides are all black and white. So we have gray, the candy. This one is a textured black. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's a textured black. It has just a slight texture to it. It's an okay piece. I'm not in love with this side because I don't have a lot that I can do with it, in my opinion. Black and white polka dots, scribbles. This one's a good one too, Boo. This one's my favorite of the B-sides with the skull and the pumpkin. It's just adorable. Okay, so great paper. This is just a sampling of the sheets that you get. You get a big pack, which I have over here. This is my sampling that I just have for videos to show off. But here is my actual pack. And you see you get 48 sheets. That's insane. And so let me go ahead and grab my, oh, I have it out already. I want to use the skull one today. And we're going to make a little 3D art piece today. And I just thought that would be a fun thing to try and do today. And we're going to be using the Cutest Halloween Stamp Set, which I've used before. I think I've used the candy cane mainly. I don't think I've, and the ghost. But I haven't done a lot else with it. But I'm going to do a few other things with it. But I just wanted to try something new using the skull today. So what I wanted to remind you is if you use this this host code, go to fabulousstamper.com or stampinup.com and you enter in this host code. And remember, if you like and comment, if you share and comment my video, I put you in for a drawing for the, oh dang, I need the ribbon. We're also going to use the Gorgeous Grape ribbon. Sorry, one second. Let me grab the Gorgeous Grape ribbon. And while the cat comes and says hello, of course. So that's Boo Boosh. He decided to climb up while we're filming. Of course. Okay, can you move, Bubba? Yeah, can you move out of the way? Yeah, you gotta get down, Bubba. Yeah, so that's Boo Boosh. He decided that now is the time to come and sit with me. So thanks for your patience. I forgot my ribbon. Come on, Bubba. Get down. Come on. So I think we're probably gonna use the Gorgeous Grape ribbon, but I grabbed 3 different ribbons we could try. And I've got a 4th one over here. So sorry about that. You know, technical difficulties. So I found these great little frames at the Dollar Tree. I just love them. Let me pop that open. I just love these Dollar Tree frames. Now it says 4x4, but it's actually a 6x6 frame. A friend came over and she wanted, well, I guess it's a little less than 6x6, but you see it's not much less, maybe a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch. So it's maybe a 5.5 by 5.5 frame. So she wanted a piece of art. So I went to the Dollar Tree to get us some frames, and these just pop off on the back. And the little 3D piece, it's like almost, you could make it a total shadow box if you wanted, which I considered. Instead, we wanted to make it an art piece. So, well, I don't have to take that off yet. So as you can see, my piece is gonna fit perfectly right in here. You see, I don't even have to trim it. It's gonna fit right in. And I can tape it to show you how I can get it centered. So it's just the perfect little Dollar Tree. It says 4x4, but really the actual frame, this little piece of paper is 4x4, but the actual frame is like 5.5 by 5.5, the actual inside of the frame. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna take, I keep saying what we're gonna do. I decided to use the Everyday Label Punch. Now this is $18, I think, and it's a staple in our catalog, the Everyday Label Punch. I love it because it is universal. It is everyday, obviously, but I also thought it looked a lot like a tombstone, like the top of the tombstone. If you cut off this top here, cut off the bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take my, I'm pretty sure this is gray granite. I can't quite remember. It might be, I'm pretty sure this is gray granite. I don't think this is basic gray. So I'm cutting 3 little tombstones, and 2 of them are gonna be smaller than the other. Okay. And then, oh, I need to cut out a couple of these purple, because I like this layering that happens when you do it. So this is the Everyday Label Punch, but this is also, look at how perfect this label is, like size-wise, for any kind of, you know, project. So let me double check the color of this gray. I have my little color-coded thing. So I labeled all the colors. This one, let's see, no, that's Smoky Slate. Oh, this one is basic gray. So this one's actually basic gray. And gray granite is a different color. It's this one here. This one's gray granite, and this one's Smoky Slate, and this one is basic gray. Okay, so, all right, so, that doesn't sound right, but maybe it is right. Well, it doesn't say the color. Usually it'll say the color on the back of the package, but it doesn't. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut our, I'm going to cut off the bottom of this tombstone here. I want to cut him just a little bit shorter. Okay, so I'm going to take my little trimmer. I'm just going to cut off the bottom. I don't want to cut off too much on this one. Okay, and then for the others, we're going to make them much smaller, but I want to play with it for a second. So these other ones here, so if this one is this tall, all the way to the 2-inch mark, we'll make these to the maybe 2 or 1 3/4. Let's just go a quarter less, because I still want to be able to stamp on them, but I want them to be just a little bit smaller. You'll see it'll be almost like our own little personal graveyard. So my friend came over and we used this, we used a, oops, I think, is that straight? I don't know if that's straight. No, it's not. Okay, let me cut that. It moved on me in the last minute. There we go. I think we got it. Yeah. And so what she did is we used the green one that had the haunted houses on it, and then we added the black, I think we added the black organdy ribbon, and then I think we also added some gray, and just made this really fun design. I might want them a little smaller. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to have the purple behind to add a little depth, but I also want to shade, I think I want to shade these and darken them a little. So let's go ahead and play with that a little bit. So let's just take one of the, I have a couple options on how to shade the edge of our tombstone. So let's just practice here with this one. Okay, this is the light one. I think it's gray on gray. I don't know if it'll be enough. So I just kind of want to have like to shade the edge, but I'm not sure if it's going to work. I'm going to try it out, but you want to kind of age it, you know? Maybe I needed to do it a little differently. I don't think that works. I think we might want to just take the black. Another option you can do when you want to age the edge of your if you want to age the edge of your paper is you can add a little bit of black. It's just a little difficult to do. Let me take a sponge. Let me try the sponge instead. We'll try a couple options because I'm not quite sure what the right option is. We don't sell these particular sponges anymore, but we do sell some daubers, but any sponge will do. And the daubers actually keep your fingers clean, which I kind of like too. I have a thing about getting my fingers dirty. Oh, see, the bronze did age it a little bit, as you can see. So you see the bronze did add a little bit of aging to it. But it looks, to me, it doesn't really look as natural as I want it to look. So this is when I did the gray and the bronze. And this one is just the bronze. It's okay. It's not great. It's not exactly what I wanted. So let me go ahead and try it with just the black. And so you'll just kind of rub your sponge in the black just a little bit. It doesn't even have to be too much. And let me just see if this will be enough. Oh yeah, that's enough. Because it just gives this texture. You see how, like, I'm just doing it on a scrap piece. Let's see if you can see it better if I hold the light over. No, let me hold it down. There we go. You see how it just gives that, like, edging. Oops. Sorry, I can't seem to figure out how to move my hand under the... There we go. You see how it gives that little bit of edging just with that little bit of black? So the sponge is the winner. Okay, so the sponge will be the winner for today. So we'll go ahead and do that. We're gonna color the edges just a little bit. And you see, I just practiced with a little bit of a scrap piece so that I don't mess up my fitted piece. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna stamp Trick or Treat on the largest piece. And I'm just gonna do it in traditional black, Memento black ink. Okay, that's good. I might need to add like a little spider or something. I might want to add the little spider. See, I didn't grab the spider out because I thought, no, I don't need it. But I actually might add him. Let me see how big he is. He might be too big. Let me see if he'll fit up here. I don't think he'll fit. Maybe if I made the Trick or Treat a little lower. Just a little bit. Okay. So we're just going to do Trick or Treat a little bit lower. And we'll take our little block, one of our little A blocks, our ergonomic blocks. I love the ergonomic ones. These ones came in paper pumpkin boxes, which I still use because, I mean, I don't like to waste. But I have to say, I really love the ergonomic blocks better. Yeah, I like the idea of this spider at the top. So it's just a little something. Okay, and then we can shade it and get it darkened. But I think we'll also need to darken the purple. I need to cut this a little smaller too. Okay, so we got to cut off these. I'm just not sure how small I want those purple ones. No, kitty, get down. No, no. Okay, so this one here, I just wanted to cut off the bottom. And these ones will cut to... because these ones are just going to be adding a little texture behind the tombstone and a little depth, not texture, a little depth. And I liked just that little purple pop in the back. And so these ones can be trimmed down even less if we need it. But since I have the cutter out, might as well. Okay. So we've got our center tombstone, and I wanted to put a skull on each of these. Okay, I want to put a skull on each of these tombstones because I thought that would be appropriate. And just a fun little 3D art project. Okay. All right. Get her centered. There we go. Ooh, really splotched him. Dang. I just pressed a little too hard. You know, just a little overly excited about my crafting. There we go. All right, and then for the faces, I've got one where his eyes are closed, and I've got one where his eyes are open. And so we'll go ahead and we'll add one of each. All right, so that's done for that. So I can put away my ink so I don't get it all messed up. So what I wanted was just to make three little lines, or not a little line of tombstones, but I do think I need these to be a little bit smaller, just a little shorter, just to add a little bit more of a difference between them. So I'm going to trim off a tiny bit from each one. So we'll trim off, like, I don't know, we'll trim off maybe, I think that's like a 16th. Okay, and we'll trim off a 16th from this one too. I'm pretty sure this is a 16th. Okay. Just to have it a little bit smaller, that means I also have to trim off these a little bit too. And they can actually be trimmed more. That one was crooked actually, because they're going behind. They're just adding depth, so it doesn't really matter how much I trim this. Okay, there you go. So these were trimmed down to, let's see, how big are they now? They are 1 and that's 1.5. So that's 2, 4, 6. I mean, yeah, 5/8. 1 and 5/8 is what they're trimmed down to. And then when we add the purple behind it, it just makes the gray granite pop up from the page a little bit. We're also going to put them on dimensionals, but it's just enough to make everything pop up, because you just don't want it to be too plain, okay? And so I'm actually going to gray these a little bit with the black ink that I had put away already, okay? And so we're just gonna, sometimes you want to start off a tester off to the side. I don't want it too obviously flat gray, and so by adding the sponge, it just shades enough. And if I get it around the edges, it really darkens the edges. So I've already darkened up the gray a little, but and then you just go along the edges with a little bit of this, and it just makes everything a little grayer. We might wind up doing that also to the purple. I needed more black. Just to gray it just a touch. one. Good. Glad I did that off to the side. There was a little too much black on that. Okay. I'm going to do a little more on this one. And you just kind of keep playing with it, as you can see, until you get it the right shade that you're looking for. It's not a perfect science, and I'm not even that talented with it. I know some people that can get it just so perfectly shaded. I'm using a lot of tester because I also, there we go, I just needed him a little less bright gray. There we go. Now I think they look much darker. So I think we'll also have to darken up the purple just a little bit. Let's try it and see. I'll try it on the back side and see how it goes with the black. Yeah, that looks good too. Okay, yeah. So we'll do that with the purple too, just to get that. We just have to do the top part of the purple to get it dark. Oh, I'm loving this. And you see it really, really shines out on the purple. I don't know if it's probably kind of hard for you guys to tell, but as you sponge it, you see it just gets this darker edge to it. And then even on the purple up here, you can see just that little bit of black just takes away the brightness of the purple and the brightness of the gray. And that's what I wanted. I still want the purple because I think it makes it pop. This is Gorgeous Grape. I still want the purple, but I don't want it to be like shining purple. I want it to be just a little bit lighter. So yeah, and remember, if you comment and share my videos, I put you in for the drawing for the item that I made. So this one I couldn't make ahead of time a sample. Well, my friend and I did make a sample, but I should have let her keep me, I should have asked her to let me keep it for a bit so I could show it off. We used retired product, so I think that's why I went ahead and let her take it home. I usually try not to show you something you guys can't buy. The sponge is an exception. We also sell daubers that you could use. All right, so let's get our glue out. We'll go ahead and we'll put our little tombstone on. And you want it lined up just enough. So it's I don't even think, that might be like a 1/4 inch might be what I'm doing, is approximately a 1/4 inch from the top. I just like the idea of giving that little bit of edge of the Gorgeous Grape, because I just think it really makes it nice, makes it pop. Even though I dulled it, it does make it pop up. All right. And it's just a fun little art piece you can put on your desk, or you could hang it too. My friend hung hers in her kitchen, I think. She loves Halloween all year round, which I'm the same way. I just don't keep my Halloween stuff all year, but I do love Halloween. I wear my Halloween Crocs all year round. I don't just wait till Halloween, because that's a waste. So, all right. So we've got our little tombstones going. So what I wanted was a little edge, a little tombstone graveyard going. Okay, and so then in order to break up the line, I don't think I want the black. I think I want the Gorgeous Grape. I might use the black and the Gorgeous Grape together. I can also use this Highland Heather. So let's see. I think it's going to be Gorgeous Grape. But see, the Gorgeous Grape is like a cousin of this Highland Heather Crow. And so No, I think the Gorgeous Grape. And I didn't want to use the Highland Heather for behind the tombstone for some reason. I think because I really wanted to use this ribbon here. But I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to possibly use both ribbons. I often like to use both. Oh, and the other option I had was the black and white check with the Gorgeous Grape, which I used before on another project. So let's see how the line looks. I think if I were to do the Gorgeous Grape with this black, I would overlap it. And I've shown you guys this technique before, but where you overlap it and it creates 3 different lines of ribbon. So you've got the black down here below, then you've got the overlapped one, which creates like a different color of purple. And then you have the actual traditional granny apple, not granny apple, Gorgeous Grape on the top. Let's see, do I like that one? Sort of. I think the black gets a little lost. Let's try this one. Let's try this one. I like that one a little bit better. I just feel like it needs a wide piece. I think I like these two together. I did this before. We could even put a third one if we wanted. Put 3, but it might be too much to have all 3. And that one on the top. No, I think that's a bit too much. But maybe just the 2. Let's see. I do want the purple, but I don't know. I think the sheerness of the purple is what's bugging me. Or maybe, oh, maybe that's what I needed, is I needed to overlap it like this, where the buffalo check goes right over the top of the purple and just gives like an edging. I think I like that. Let's see. Ugh. Just having like fat finger day or something. Let's see. Or maybe we'll line it down. I just know I wanted these 3 little tombstones together along a line. Maybe no purple. Maybe the purple's wrong. Maybe just the black and white. I'm just sorry to be so fussy. Just trying to decide. Let me try it without a secondary one. And then try just putting them down. I wanted to put them down like this. Actually, I could even put them in an angle, but no, I think it needs to be where the edge is like an edge. I don't like it I don't like them floating on top of the ribbon. Yeah, that's for sure. But I don't like this purple. Okay. So, oops. Do I want that or do I want both? I don't like the purple alone. I think the winner is going to be this one here. Let me try it again. I think it's going to be these 2 together. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, so we're doing this one. No turning back. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead. And I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to put a little glue dot behind the buffalo check so that it's going to hold its place on the granny apple green. Sometimes that's a good thing to do just so that you can get your ribbon placed, because you can see how I'm struggling with it. Oops, come on, open. is I'm going to take a little glue dot, put it on the back of the buffalo check, and then approximately in the middle there, and press it down. And that way I know that my buffalo check is anchored a little bit before I attach it here. This is taking longer than I expected, I think, just because the ribbon threw me off. All right, and as always, use a little bit of tape to hold your thing down. I think the shading also took a bit of time. Okay, let me make sure these ones are straight together. Okay, alrighty, so let's go ahead and we'll put our 3 little tombstones right along here with some, what's the word? Dimensionals. So we'll go ahead and we'll put this one in the center. It's a little tight. I think I need to position this again just a little bit. I think I pulled it a little bit too tight, and that actually is causing a warp. There we go. It was causing the paper to warp just a little bit. And so let me get this centered. Right. There we go. Get that nice and centered. Come on. Do I want it under? Yeah, I think we'll do it under just a touch. All right, there we go. Then I can decide if I want these totally straight or if I want them angled, a little angled. Let's see, how do they look angled? Let's see if they're not exactly centered. I can make them perfectly straight, but I kind of feel like because they have skulls on them, they're like kind of dancing a little bit. Let's see. I know, Kitty, I know. No, I like them angled. I like them angled. And I think I don't think I want these to be 3D. I think I want them to be glued flat. I don't know. Let me try it and see. Do I want them 3D also? Or do I want them flat? I kind of want them to be in the background. You know, I don't want them to be the front and center. I think 3D. All right, and so we'll go ahead and chop up some of these edges. Never waste your dimensional edges. You can always use it for something else. And actually these are always really good when you've got a small project. And we have mini dimensionals as well, but we have mini dimensionals as well, but this is just one less thing you have to buy. You know, I'm all about frugality, guys. So tomorrow's my actual birthday, so I'm taking half the day off so I can go to the movies with my friend, Wendy. Super excited. She was free, and we'll get back in time for her to go pick up her kids. And so it's like, cool. I don't mind going to the movies by myself, but I thought I should ask one of my friends if they want to come, because some of my friends are stay-at-home moms, you know, so they can take the time. I mean, some people could probably take time off work too, but you know, it just depends on the person. I just decided since it was my birthday, I'd take the time off work. So super cute. I'm loving how this is looking. I don't think I want anything else. The only thing I thought about was adding maybe the black dots that we have, the matte black dots, but I think it's good as is. So what we do is we'll go ahead and put, now I can make it 3D to where, oh, I wanted to, you know what I wanted to add? Because I thought it would be funny. I thought about adding a little bow to one of the skulls. Let me add a tiny bow. See if I can make a tiny bow. Yeah, I think that's about right. Make it, I think, yeah, I just wanted to add a tiny bow to this little skull, and I thought that would be fun. Oh, it's a little too big. A little too big for her head. I can't make it much smaller, so, but that's okay. If I ever find a tiny purple bow, and I don't have any narrow purple ribbon, no, that was the narrowest. And so all you do is you put it back inside your piece, and then we check it to make sure that it's looking. So I put it in, and so when my friend and I did hers, we had to adjust it. Yeah, I think I might need to adjust it. It's coming off a little crooked. You know, these are Dollar Tree frames, so even though technically it's a square, you know, there are these little bumps on the edge that make it where it's not exactly square. So if I make sure that the paper is fitting, I can tape the edges, and that way, so just a little bit of tape, just a touch, a little bit of tape to hold it in place before I put my other piece of glass. Let me make sure it's straight. Yeah. And so I could actually have it where it's 3D sticking out, but then you have to dust it too. So my thing was I didn't want to have to dust it. Whoops, something in my face. I didn't want to have to dust it. And so I just put the one that had, now I can peel this off too, but there's some stickiness here, you know, so I could take that off with a little bit of alcohol. And so all you do is you put the lid back on the back. There we go. And you just press down. It's just a plastic frame. It was $1, but it's the perfect size. I love that I didn't have to cut any of the paper. I just had to cut the labels. How fun is that? I mean, what a fun little like gift, especially for someone who loves Halloween. But I also was thinking I could make one for Christmas, one for Halloween, one for New Year's with different supplies. I could make one for each year. I mean, each time a year, no problem. I could even make another one for my birthday. I already have one that's for my birthday. It's a big one. But how fun is that? Just a fun little 3D art item using a Dollar Tree frame. You know, and the paper does all the work for you. I didn't have to change it up. So as I was saying before, my friend and I used this one here. Oh, and this is the number for the cute Halloween paper. It's 156479. That's what this paper is. So what we did was we used this one and we put a little tombstone. It's actually a die from a set. We put a little tombstone that said Happy Haunts, and then she added little bats floating all over, and so that was pretty fun. And then we made another one that had potions. It was using some older stuff. But how cute is this? I mean, come on, this is stinking adorable. I can't get enough of this right now. You could have used a lighter gray instead of the gray granite. I just used the gray paper that I had. I didn't have a lighter gray, but you know, I still think it turned out great. And it definitely is tombstone-y, and I don't know if you can see that shading, but it makes all the difference to have that shading. So yeah, that was our project for today. It took a little longer than I thought. I thought I was going to have more time to do something else, but I try to keep our classes, you know, 30 to 40 minutes at the max, just because I don't want to, you know, everyone has other things to do. So, well, thanks for stopping by. Remember, if you comment and share, then you're eligible for the items I made in the video. And I hope you have a great day. Thanks so much. And yeah, that's all I could think of. Thanks for tuning in, and yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you have a great day, and happy birthday for me tomorrow. So, and here comes Kitty. Of course, he's like, you're doing things that don't involve me, so I need you to be all up in my grill. So, yep, there he goes. He's like, no more video time. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. I hope you have a great day. All right, bye.